Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be commentating over um, a match that I did the other day, which is me on the left playing Rayquaza VMAX. This going to be, I believe it's a couple cards different from the list that I did a deck profile on. I believe it does play an extra Rose and a Bolton V. And then on the right here is my friend Desi. He is playing a Galarian Slowking VMAX Cinccino deck. A very interesting deck. You use Cinccino to draw into your cards you need, such as Cheryl. You play Recycle Energies and then Houndoom, so you can just Cheryl, put the Cycle Energy to hand, and then Houndoom back the last one, and then Cinccino helps you draw into all of that stuff. And I'm going to be playing Rayquaza. It's going to be a very interesting match. Poison damage from Desi and one big one-shot from me. So it looks like I do get 2 Mareep down, which isn't bad, and an Air Balloon onto Mareep. Depending on what my hand is, looks like I'm contemplating if I just want to attach an energy to this Mareep, which is really weird. I think, yeah. So it looks like my hand is dead. Just double Flaffy and a Crobat. So we're going to have to Crobat for 4. So I got an Air Balloon, Bolton, Rayquaza, nothing else. So this game could be over quick. Let's see. So Desi does get down double Cinccino turn 1, which is great for him. He's deciding what else he wants to do here. I'm going to put in a Galar Mine, which will make my retreat cost 2 more. This could actually be really annoying for this Mareep to get out of the active. Then I'm going to Incense. Maybe grab out a Cinccino. If I have a Marnie, then I will be able to just get rid of that Cinccino. Put on the bottom of the deck, but in my head, I do not have a Marnie, and actually no other drawouts. So it's going to be very, very hard for me to get going this game, I think. Yep, so I'm going to cut the deck, and then research this card, a Switch. Switch Houndoom Energy. No, Switch Houndoom. Cheryl Boss, I believe. And getting 7 new cards. Yeah, I forgot to mention at the beginning. We are outside. We are wearing masks. So safety first. We also both have our first shot of the vaccine. So safety first. So when the football is going to earn a vitality, getting out a his Galarian Slowking V, which does have 2 attacks for 1 colorless. Concoct. You discard a card from your hand and then draw 3 cards. So really nice little support attack. And then Death Wish, I believe it is. I can't remember what the attack is, but the last one for 2 energy, your opponent active is knocked out at the end of their turn. So that's going to be very, very nice. Putting a single strike energy down. Since the V actually does do 0 damage, it means that this whole single strike energy will only actually come into effect on the VMAX, really. But you just get a Soul Scrapper onto my Mareep, which is actually really annoying because so actually the other Air Balloon, I actually decided to not evolve it so I can actually retreat him because it actually just costs 3. So the Air Balloon counts for 2, and then the energy counts for 3. Just going to retreat in the Bolton and pass. He does get a Cinccino down as well as a Houndour. That might have been last turn. But my hand is getting Marnie here, which is really, really nice. And he also does Recycle, which will let him attack with G-Max Death Poison if he wants to turn. So he does get double Cinccino, going to Evolution Instance. Probably for the, yep, there's the VMAX coming down. Okay, I'm reading it, yep. So it does, for 2 energy, it does 10 damage, and then your opponent's active is now poisoned, and then the poison does 12 damage counters in 2 turns instead of 1 damage counter. I'm going to make do away a Cinccino. Let's see what else he's going to do. He's going to pass. I see nothing else to do in his hand. I do have a Lightning Energy, as well as maybe a Rayquaza V. Yep, so there's a quick ball discarding a Flaffy. I believe I actually do something that I shouldn't have done here. I do get a Rayquaza V and then attach a Fire Energy to it. I actually already attached to this Bolton V in the active. Which means I actually won't be able to attach that fire to the bench, but I don't think it has too much of an impact on the game. I don't know. I'll have to wait to find out. So I'm just going to bench that, and so I do touch Fire Energy, which I shouldn't have done. I'm going to play Marnie. And I believe, yes, he's doing Marnie now. And now I'm going to use Electrify to search for 2 lightnings and attach them to this Rayquaza V, the bench. So yeah, passing over to Desi here. Updraft return. Does have Houndoom and Glaring Soaking V, so immediately plays those guys down. Into play a switch into this Glaring Soaking VMAX, which means he will be able to use GMAX and Deathly Poison here. Yep, so he's using Single Strike Roar onto that other one, start setting up that guy to do some damage. I'm going to make 2 away Memory Capsule. And he's going to make 2 again. I don't know. I just decide just to go ahead and attack this Bolton with GMAX Deathly Poison. So looking at his discard pile here, deciding what he wants to do. Yep, so there's going to be the boss actually onto that Rayquaza V. And then GMAX Deathly Poison onto the Rayquaza. So this is a huge tempo swing into his favor. It means that he will probably take the knockout immediately after I take the knockout if I ever do take a one-shot. Just Rayquaza. If I end up getting the cards I need to take a one-hit KO on this Lane Slowking with this Rayquaza VMAX, it will already have 150 damage, which will probably make it really easy for this other one on the bench here to respond. I think that actually this hand here is where I have the awkward hand. I remember this game I had an awkward hand of both my Rose and my last Fire Energy. I had Fire Energy in my active, Fire Energy in my discard pile, and my last Fire Energy in my hand, as well as both my Rose, which means I won't be able to take it, get it back from the discard pile if I do play the Rose. So yeah, I believe this is the awkward hand where I have that awkward combo of cards. Attaching the air balloon, Rayquaza VMAX, and let's see. Here we are talking, or I'm thinking, I'm doing math. I believe this is where I'm doing Volt Storm math. Yeah, I'm counting my energy, how much damage I'm going to be doing with this Volt Storm. I still do also have access to a Dynamo Motor as well. So got to keep that in mind. So here I'm choosing to retreat for 2 energy because Scholar Mine makes my retreat 2 more, but that air balloon just kind of racks out, which means it goes back to the default 2. So there's going to be, I believe, a Dynamo Motor, and then there's going to be a Rose. Really unfortunate having to attach this and attaching a Lightning and the last Fire Energy in my thing. That's going to be my deck to that, and then discarding the other Fire Energy. And then, so there's Rayquaza. I'm actually contemplating if I want to bench this Rayquaza here. I could bench it for Dragon Pulse, but I think the main reason I decided to bench it here is so I can still have access to Sky High Wave on it. If I do get through all into a VMAX, I'll be able to have double Sky High Wave, so I'll be able to draw more through my deck. So yeah, I'm just going to use a Volt Storm for 100 and 160 damage, and then going to evolve that one on the bench into a VMAX. And yep, so make 2 away VMAX. Make 2 away a V, so getting rid of one whole line to draw 4 cards. So looks like he's deciding what he wants to do here. And yep, we're talking about some stuff here. I don't know exactly remember what. And Yeah, so I'm actually going to Cheryl, and here you can see I'm like, oh my gosh, my chair's tipping. Taking my chair back, and he does have to heal this one too, get with the engine now, because he does have technically have damage, and Cheryl heals all damage from EG Evolution Pokemon with damage. So yeah, but he did, that recycle does go back to him, so you can see we'll have it to attach, and then single cycle will immediately let him attack again. So huge tempo swing toward Desi here. I think without that Cheryl, I still had a chance to like not go with Bolt Storm and then take the last K with the Rayquaza V Max. But because of that Cheryl, I think this game's pretty much sealed up for Desi here. I have no more attacks for the V Max. But yeah. And here, so he's used the G Max Deathly Poison. I haven't heard 50 damage on this Bolton, so I immediately have a counter stadium for that because I top decked it. Sorry. And Professor's Research is cutting Marnie and a second stadium here. So I do find the second Rayquaza V Max. I won't be able to attack with it, but I will be able to use Sky High Wave to discover hand draw 3. And yeah, I think this is where I'm looking for, that's Dynamotor. Yeah, so they're using Dynamotor. And catching for turn onto this, and then just going to use Sky High Wave. I actually don't know why I actually don't know why I Dynamotored onto this Flaffy. I don't 100% remember why I did that. And I think I have all the energy in my deck on this. Okay, so I remember reviewing this and be like, okay, it's gonna be confusing when I film the YouTube video. Okay, so I actually just removed that poison because I played a switch. I had a switch in my hand, except I didn't show it. I put it directly in my discard pile. I should have put it in this area here to show I was playing it, but since my discard pile is hidden, you can't really see it. But I did play a switch, I can promise you, and then I can use that Bolt Storm. But since I played that switch, then that Bolt Storm will not get go by poison damage going into Desi's turn. But I do use Bolt Storm for 250 damage, which is the max the Bolt Storm can do with all the energy you have in your deck on the field. I don't know exactly what he's doing here. I think he actually might be using the Stormy Rage that I haven't played, even though he doesn't have any Dragon or Lightning Pokemon to put on his bench. He can still use it if he has bench room to do a quick deck check to see what's in his deck. So this is Capture Energy, so I'm going to search his deck again, okay. Yeah, so yeah, not going to get any basic Pokemon out of the deck. But just going to use the G-Max Deathly Poison to just knock out that Boltund. At this point, I think I'm like, okay, I don't think I can win this game. We might just be able to move on to a game 2 here. So you can see I have 4 energy. I have 4 energy onto that Rayquaza VMAX. But it does have 150 damage on it, which is really, really scary. Yeah, here I'm just going to skip it up. Saying I don't think there is a way that I can actually win this game. So yeah, just going to move on to a game number 2 here. Desi is up on game. I am up to 0 games, but I do get to choose whether I want to go first or second. And I think I do choose second here in this second game. Sorry, I think I do choose first here in this second game. Sorry, that got a little confusing. So yeah, I think I do choose second here in the second game. Just what is going on? First, okay, I need to stop talking. I choose to go first here in this second game here. So we're shoveling up. Yeah, the Rayquaza deck didn't really do very much. I don't think I actually attacked with Rayquaza once that entire game. It was also only Boltund, but because of that early game boss, because of that Cheryl, really gave Desi the tempo, and he needed to take game number 1 here. So here he is drawing his hand. I'm still shuffling. So Let's see. So randomization is very important. And yeah, okay, so I'm drawing my hand of 7 cards. And this hand, I think it might be a little bit better. And I do get a mulligan to add to my hand. Desi is mulliganing a couple cards. And yeah, I think I have a Mareep in the active spot. Not sure what else is in my hand. Also, I'll have another Mareep in the hand. So it's a Stormy range. So this hand is a lot better than the last one. And a Murray and an Airballoon. This hand is crazy. This hand has an energy in it, and this hand is probably the best starting hand that you can ask for with this Rayquaza deck. 2 Mareeps, a Rayquaza, energy, and a draw supporter for next turn. That is pretty great. Actually, a great turn 1 for this Rayquaza deck. It's actually just double Mareep Rayquaza. Even not even double Mareeps, even single Mareep Rayquaza is a fine turn 1 for this Rayquaza deck. You don't need very much to get running with this deck. You just need a Rayquaza, maybe a VMAX. If you don't have VMAX, maybe a draw supporter. Desi does have 2 starting Pokemon here. He is going second, and here is the fist bump. I'm going to be getting into game 2. I do get a mulligan card. And he does have Slowking, V, and a Mareep on the bench. And yep, so I draw for turn. There's double Mareep, and you use that, put in that starting reach into play, and then use it to grab out Rayquaza V. So immediately start establishing that guy. It wasn't until I believe like turn 2 or 3 that it actually got out that Rayquaza V last game. So immediately getting it out this Rayquaza V and a Fire Energy. So this is the best turn 1 you can probably ask for with this deck. I'm deciding I want to attach the Air Balloon here. I know he wants Tool Scrapper. Couldn't make me decide against attaching this, and it looks like I do decide against that. Just going to pass. Not want to risk making this Mareep movable next turn, or not allow me to not find the card next turn and move it. So he does get second Mareep, so already double Mareep and a Weakness Card Energy. Yeah. So he points to the Stormy range. He's going to use the Stormy range to start his deck. And once again, even though he doesn't have any Lightning or Dragon Pokemon to search and put on his bench, he can still use it to give him a quick deck search. His unit in hand, Double Air Balloon, Incense, Marnie, Energy. Pretty great hand. So yeah, so he doesn't get anything, but because he doesn't have any Lightning or Dragon Pokemon, once again, but he does get to do a deck search. But he's letting what he wants to do on his turn. So he's just going to use Concoction to draw 3 cards after. So he just discard that boss to draw 3, and leaving this Slowking in the active, which means that either one of 2 things are happening. Either it's going to get knocked out, because I just go attach return on the Rayquaza and then double Dynamotor, deals off 260 damage to knock this thing out. And at that point, I'm going to be pretty favored for the rest of the game. Or I'm going to hit it for 100, 180 maybe, and then since he doesn't have a Houndoom out, means he won't be able to Cheryl it, and I can potentially just take a 2-hit KO. But I'm going to play the Instance to grab out this Fluffy out of the deck, and then use the Stormy Range to start this Rayquaza V, so that's why that just came out of the deck as well. And I'm going to shuffle it up, okay. And so I do have a Air Balloon as well as a Marnie, Lightning Energy. So I'm going to Sky High Wave, not playing the Marnie. That's actually something that I decided the one rule that I like to have for this deck is say if you have a supporter and Sky High Wave active, play the supporter first because odds are you're not going to get in the supporter of Sky High Wave. But you can see that, yeah, I don't have another supporter, so I just going to Dynamotor that and then Sky High, not Sky High, VMAX Burst for only 100 damage, it's current Lightning Energy. But once again, it'll put him in a situation where either Cheryls and doesn't attack, or attacks and doesn't Cheryl, which means I potentially set me up for the 2-hit KO. But I do have 2 Mareeps on the bench as well as a Fluffy. not Flappy, Flaffy already established, and another Rayquaza V starting to be set up into VMAX. So this looks like maybe a game-winning situation for me. Tool Scrapper away, both air balloons. We're getting maximum value off of that Tool Scrapper. And he does get the VMAX as well, in an instance for probably Cinccino. Yep, so there's Cinccino. Means we will be able to start using Make Do. And yep, so getting that Cinccino established and then using Make Do, I believe, to discard a Slowking VMAX and draw 2. So we didn't get the Houndour, which means Cheryl's an option next turn, and just going to Marnie. Lovable. Apply for another Cinccino. So once again, just like game 1, turn 2, double Cinccino. Really great for Dizzy here. Just what he wants to see, because you can draw into those Cheryls, you can draw into all the cards he's going to need. But yeah, gonna replace that Calamine, which is going to be really annoying, especially since he just discarded 2 air balloons. It means I only have 1 air balloon left and 3 switches. In theory, I might have some prize. Maybe I've already discarded some, I don't know. Just going to D-Max Deathly Poison, 150, because that 120 plus the 30. Yeah, so immediately getting rid of that Calamine. The card was a really really annoying game 1, because it caused me to have to discard a Fire Energy, and that ultimately kind of lost me the game. So quick pulling away a research, carving out a Crobat. I believe I do have a second research in my hand, so that is a reason for getting rid of this one for a Crobat. Yeah, Crobat coming down. To draw, I believe, 4. So 4 cards, does get Flaffy and Evolution in a sense, so triple Flaffy, turn 3, not bad. You can discard the boss. Flash Smith in the deck. Yep, it's going to grab out Rayquaza V. You only need 2 or 3 of those. 3 is probably the max you're going to need in one game. That's why I like to play 4, in case you prize some. Let's discard some of them early. Maybe you have to discard a VMAX early. You want to still have those other 2 or 3. We're going to evolve to another Rayquaza, so a whole bunch of evolutions coming on this turn. Another research as well, so. I believe, let's see, this hand has some lightning energy in it. I have a fire. Could attach that, yes, so I'm deciding to use attach return for that fire onto the benched one. Sky High Wave, a Bolton, another trainer card, I couldn't see what it was, and a whole lot of lightning energy to Dynamotor. Love Ball, probably gonna grab Mareep just in the deck, yep. So Mareep just in the deck. And going to Sky High Wave away that hand. That was just Mareep. There's the Air Balloon. There's triple Dynamotor, which means I do have the guaranteed KO. Onto the Slowking, because that G-Max burst on the bench when I'm able to retreat out of the poison, so I'm able to get rid of both the poison damage and get the KO, and he doesn't have another V or VMAX to respond with, which is great for me with the Rayquaza deck. Go promoting the Cinccino. So Air Balloon? No, that's not Air Balloon. Okay, Evolution Incense being discarded for McDo. The ball discarding, I don't know exactly what that was. I think it might be like a switch or something. I don't know. So quick ball discarding a card, I can't tell what it is, and then grabbing out Hilarious Looking V. But if I'm able to find my last boss, I only have 2 in the deck. I believe that's one of the cards I cut. Was that 3rd boss? Then I will have knockout on this most likely if I can just find like a switch and Dynamotors and stuff like that. But odds are I'm not going to get it. I don't think, because there's only one in the deck, and there's just a whole lot of stuff that could go wrong. But Does have to earn a vitality to shuffle back in those two single strikes, and he does drop a card, so just going to grab that. Yeah, so earn a vitality, shuffling in two single strikes. Energies can be used later with Houndoom. Grab that out of the deck. And here, I'm actually realizing you can't see my entire bench, so I'm going to squeeze that over a little bit. And it does play level ball. I think he just fails this. So let's see. Oh no, actually he's going to grab out a Houndour. There's no reason not to grab out a Houndour there. He's just in the deck. Single strike roar. We'll place 20 damage onto that. Flare Soaking V, and we'll be able to search out an energy. I believe, yeah, he's just shuffling his deck here. And I'm just going to pass. I mean, not much he else really wanted to do on that turn. Let's see what I'm going to do. I can't actually use that stadium because because I don't have room on the bench to search a card. So I'm going to quick wall discard a fire energy, and I'm just going to fail that. I believe I just wanted to check and see what I could just get rid of Sky High Wave, but didn't, so I'm just going to fail that. Do you have to switch? I mean, triple Dynamotor switch onto this bench one. Here, I think this is where I'm going to be using Dynamotor. I'm deciding if I want to or not, actually. Okay. That's where I'm using the Dynamotors to attach to this Rayquaza V Max on the bench. And I do have the switch as well. Should place in the damage counter because that got changed when I attached those. Yep, so once again, I play a switch that you can't see. You can see it's not on my hand anymore when I use Sky High Away, which means I did play it into that Rayquaza V Max, and then Energy Search, getting energy out the deck. But even you can see that there's another switch in that deck, which means there's once again another opportunity for me to recharge this same Rayquaza if it doesn't get knocked out. I believe I still haven't attached Return either. Attach one energy, and no, might not. So I would say yeah. So I'm deciding to attach to the bench. Sky Wave again, discarding another lightning energy, getting a lightning energy. I believe a switch and something else I can't see. Lightning energy switch incense, I believe. And then just going to use D-Max Burst, discard only one energy to do 100 damage to knock out Cinccino. Now I'm down to 2 prizes, which means he needs to survive a hit this turn somehow. Just one switch will be. I actually, with the switch in my hand, I kind of checkmate. If he somehow, somewhere was able to knock out this Rayquaza on the bench, the triple Dynamotor, which will be able to respond if he's able to knock this active one, which is 100% possible, then I just be able to triple Dynamotor and switch into the active, respond with the KO, and game with the benched Rayquaza VMAX. Got a level. So who's going to get here? And so actually going to fail it. And launch out a resetting hole. Discarding that Stormy Range. Crobat for some cards. I don't know how many. And maybe it's a pass? No, he still attacks with a single strike forward, which means he will be able to get the exact KO here because 10 plus 40 is 50 plus 120 from the poison damage. is 170 damage, which exactly KOs this Rayquaza that has 150 damage on it already. So yeah, there's a Protect Roar, which means we'll get the exact KO on this Rayquaza, but I do have a game in hand with the switch triple Dynamator on the field already. Quick Ball away a Quick Ball, or maybe a Level Ball, I don't know. Grabbing an AV. So there's the V, and you can use that G-Max Deathly Poison. Just take a KO and bring up this Flaffy. And then, yep, so I'm going to draw for turn, and then, yeah, I think I have game here. Yes, so I can just attack. There's a triple Dynamator on there, and then a switch that, once again, you can't see because I just, for some reason, just put those there, and then V-Max Burst deals 420 damage, I believe, to this Slowking, which will take a KO. Moving on to a game 3 in the fifth place set. Both of us are up one game. Rayquaza up one game, and Slowking up one game. Slowking did get that game one because Rayquaza didn't exactly set up as intended, had some awkward hands, but game 2 Rayquaza did Rayquaza things, took some one-shots, took some 2 KOs, and was able to pull it out. Let's just fast forward to the game here. I have a basic Pokemon. I believe this is a Boltund. I think I remember that this is going to be Boltund. Yep, and since Desi lost means he will be choosing to go first. So you see him draw. There's a Slowking in that hand. And just a pass. Okay. So wow, does he just having to draw a pass? There's nothing going on in his hand. Neither supporter that he can play next turn, but me taking this opportunity to establish my board. Maybe just one starter against Rayquaza could mean disaster because Rayquaza just will have that extra turn to use Dynamotors to attach energy. So that one extra turn I'm getting could be the entire game from here. I'm going to Quick Ball, discard a Rose, get the Rayquaza V, and then Energy Search, a Lightning Energy instead of a Fire because I want to be able to Electrify here. I don't actually have that energy in hand to Electrify, so I need to search out Lightning so I can actually use Electrify on the Boltund. I believe it's going to attach, and then use Electrify. Actually, no Mareeps coming down this turn, but because I get 2 energy automatically, and because Desi just went draw past, it's probably going to be okay. So you get 2 Lightning Energy onto the Rayquaza V, turn 1. Yep, so then Desi is going to draw. Go to Morning, okay. So he does have a supporter card. My hand was not great, I don't think. But now my hand has a Flaffy, Air Balloon, Rayquaza, Quick Ball in it, I believe. Which means I will be able to draw with Rayquaza. I'll be maybe able to draw with Crobat from that Quick Ball, and get a Mareep and an Air Balloon. So this hand is looking pretty good. But wow, just a Capture Energy on a Crobat. So that is a big yikes. Having a Moni out of a dead hand into maybe another one without any third shots because he has to capture off the Crobat. No handers either. I think this game might be over already. But eventually, yep, when eventually I'm a Mareep. Start establishing those guys. Yep, so there's one to some Mareep. Air Balloon onto this Boltund, because again, you need to be very aware when using those because he does have a Toe Scrabber and going to Quick Ball for another Mareep. And maybe just Sky High Wave as I don't have a hand here, I believe. Yeah, I don't think I have any hand here, so just going to have to Sky High Wave. Drop 3 cards. And I believe Sky High Wave is going to be what I'm going to do next. So kind of thinking about it. Yeah, Sky High Wave to draw 3 extra cards, since I do get a Rayquaza V as well as a Mareep. You can actually see, because I realized this actually later in the game, you can actually see this, and just another Electrify, so 4 energy already on this. Yeah, so you can see I'm just getting stuff over here. Because you can't actually see that. and then Electrify. 2 more energy answers Rayquaza. This Rayquaza was just one fire energy away to just nuking a Galarian Slowking VMAX that he has spent a whole bunch of time setting up because of these horrible opening hands, or horrible hands in general. I'm just going to attach. Let's see what it's going to do. He has Memory Capsule, which means you could retreat and Concoction to draw some cards, but not going to, I don't think. It's going to pass it over to me. I get that Stadium, and then Incense. So I do get a Flaffy out of the deck. Ready to start using Dynamotor, powering up even more attacks. Actually, no. Actually, I'm going to go for because of VMAX. Looks like I'm like, okay, this game I've basically already won. I have Rayquaza established, ready to one-shot. I have this Boltund who can almost one-shot this Crobat. This game is probably done right here. So might as well just draw some more cards. Gotta do Zinnia, Resolve, Lightning Energy, and another Mareep. Going to attach the Boltund and then use the second Sky High Wave I have access to. I get a Fluffy as well as a Dynamotor from it. Onto that second Rayquaza V. Now I am able to use that Bolt Storm to do 220 damage. So there is going to be a Level Ball top deck, maybe a top deck. I mean, I'd imagine it's a top deck to get out a Cinccino, so maybe you can get him Cinccino out to start drawing some cards. But let's see. Yes, you can actually use Concoction, discard a Memory Capsule, and draw 3. And now it's my turn again. And I do get another Flaffy, as well as a Research, discarding Research, and something else I can't see. So I have a Level Ball, Fire Energies, maybe, in this hand. Yep, so there's our Fire Energy coming down. And now I do have the Guaranteed KO because of, I can just retreat this Boltund into this Rayquaza, and there's a third Flaffy. I believe I only have 1 energy left in the deck because I only have 8 energy. There's 7 on the board right now. Put both in the deck of that Rayquaza V. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, good thing I keep KO. Because VMAX Burst does 340 damage with 4 energy discarded. Evolution Incense, grabbing that Rayquaza, so just thing as much as I can. Another Evolution Incense, grabbing an extra Flaffy. And Sky High Wave, discarding all that stuff, and Sky High Wave again. There's a Boss and Inspire Energy. Going to just retreat. And then use that VMAX Burst to KO. Take 3 prizes. I'm down to only 1 prize card now. This game is probably over at this point. 1 to 6, no VMAX, nothing like that. This game is probably just over. I think the only way to win actually is to actually do damage in this game in the first place is actually just retreat into the Slowking, but then your Slowking gets damage, which is actually, yeah, so just gonna scoop it up. That's going to be the best of 3 sets. Yeah. I really like Rayquaza. This deck that Desi brought was really cool. I did not see it coming at all. But yeah, I remember at the beginning of this game, I thought it was Control. I thought it was Control. I thought it was maybe Control because it had the Cincinos and the Galar line. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. If you guys want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, as I do a whole bunch of Pokemon trading card game and deck profiles and deck lists, stuff like that. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys liked it, I'll see you guys in the next one.